What's going on, guys? Sekapoko here, bringing you another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. For this, we're doing over a Katakuri versus Law Forest run, and we were on stream. We know that there's a lot of replacements we can use in this team, and we figured out a lot of cool things about this team that were really fun, and I'll be going over those over the course of the video. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Okay guys, so let's go over the forest and the team details a little bit right away. So first off, we have Katakuri, the new Legend Nami, we have Koala, Dice, as well as the new limited rare recruit Moria. Now before you click off, this is a, the subs in this team are actually very replaceable. The Nami is kind of like a needed unit. And I wouldn't say 100% needed. You could probably get away with another ore booster here. I didn't really need to use the color affinity, but she really helped out with the dex beneficial, so that part was really nice. So if you're really looking for another unit, you could use just an ore booster. That would be perfectly fine. The color affinity doesn't really come into play, I think, on her kit here. So I think I did use it. It helped a little bit on 19, but not a lot. The Koala is also replaceable. The reason she's here is just for removing Despair. So if you do want to bring another Despair reducer, that's perfectly fine. It could be any unit in the entire game that removes Despair that it does damage on this team. Then we got limited rare recruit Moria, and I just wanted to bring him because I wanted to bring him. He is not needed at all in this team. I literally use his special at the very end, and I don't use him at all. So if you do want to use a different, any replacement for him, he's 100% not needed on this team. And Dice is a universal type booster, so he was really helpful to have on this team. But if you do want to use a more all cerebral team and have your team completely cerebral, I would recommend doing that too. There's a lot of cerebral units you can bring over here. You can bring an unevolved regular 6-star Croc that would give you a type boost on the stage, and you would actually be below 30% HP when using the type boost, so you're perfectly fine to use that. As long as you're below 50% HP, I think you should be fine as well. If you're going to replace the Moria, literally replace them with any unit you want. You can bring like an entire cerebral team of kit for your subs. You can bring another type booster. You can bring in another orb booster, whatever you want for the last slot. I recommend bringing at least one int unit just for Law, just to make your life a little bit easier. I recommend bringing the Nami, of course, just because it's the best unit to bring here for that dex beneficial enable. And if you do want to bring other characters that enable other orbs, you could do that. But otherwise, the team has a lot of replacements possible. So I think that's the best part about this team, is that you can use a lot of replacements. Now, on this stage here, what's really nice about this particular team is that Nami, Moria, and Koala have a decent amount of combo hits. So I'm actually able to break the combo hit barrier shield on the Kid, which is like I did not think I was able to do the first time around, and actually able to kill Kid before he does damage to me. One of the other things to note here on this team is that for this particular stage, the Arouge can have a 2, 3, or 4 turn cooldown. When he has a 3 or 4 turn cooldown, you'll have a much easier run, but if he has like a 2 turn cooldown, then you might have a much harder run because you'll actually have to take a hit here. And then there's a couple stages where the stages are kind of RNG on the turns that you get, and that's just how the forests go. There's nothing you can do about it. You can have perfect turns, you could have shit turns, and it took me actually a couple of runs of doing this because I kept getting crap turns. The Doffy in the back here can have 1 or 2 turns. Either of the guys in the front can have 1 or 2 turns, etc. So it's kind of an RNG forest. What I do here is I pop a Katakuri special and I kill the front guys to make sure I do at least 1 million damage. And then I pop the Katakuri special on the first turn because you won't be able to pop it on the second turn because Doflamingo does a rollback on his specials. Then you'll get the delay on Doflamingo no matter what and be able to kill him in the following turn. Now you'll have plenty of damage here, so don't think you'll have not enough damage. You can get early on, you can get a lock on your Katakuri if you want to make sure that you can get a matching orb here on the Katakuri to do enough damage here. But I mean, you do so much damage it doesn't even matter, so you should be fine. On this stage here, if you get the Haryadin in the back at like a 3 turns, you're fine. 4 turns, you're fine. But if you get him at 2 turns, that sucks. I got him at 2 turns once, I was very surprised. Like I didn't even know he could be at 2 turns, but like it was really bad luck. Overall, this is like not super hard of a stage. You don't have to pop any specials here. You just basically auto attack all the way through. But if you get really bad turns, just restart and then do it again. It's no big deal. Up to this point, it takes about 5 minutes to get to this point with this team, and it's a very, very fast team. So don't think it's going to take you like hours and hours on end. It really took me like an hour to get this done. So I was very surprised. But we do lots and lots of damage here. I would say if you are going to bring another character here, a quick unit actually might not be a bad idea, instead of bringing like a strength unit like Dice. But it's hard to find a good unit for that. Say if you wanted to bring the quick Nami and you weren't able to bring Dex Nami, then you could bring quick Nami for a type booster, and then you would have multiple turns of type boost on another stage. That'd be really nice to have. On this particular stage, what I do is there are two different ways of doing this. If you're lucky enough to get Luffy on 1 or 2 turns, and Law on 2 turns, then if you're lucky enough to get Law on 2 turns, then you have a very, very easy time here. But if you only get Law on a 1 turn, then it's a little bit trickier, and I get kind of unluckier, so I'm pensive, not really sure what to do. So I make sure I start on Law and then kill him. But if you do get lucky enough to get a Luffy start, Luffy with 1 or 2 turns, and then Law on a 2-turn cooldown, you can actually just start on Luffy and then go over to Law right afterward. You're going to attack normally on this stage and try to do enough damage to get 1 million damage off to get the delay, and then you're going to kill the Law on the 2nd turn if you get him on a 1 turn. On a 2 turn, then go for the Luffy first, and then after Luffy dies, you pop the Koala to get a chain boost, and you'll kill both of them. It's really, really nice, and you'll have more than enough damage to kill both of them, which is really, really good. I like that a lot. Make sure you're also popping a Katakuri special in order to get the delayed attack boost. You can see we're doing plenty of damage here in order to kill him, and as well as getting the Luffy really, really low. So the plan is, then we're going to kill the Luffy on this particular run through, and then we're going to be popping Koala special in order to remove the despair. Now, the nice thing about the Koala special is she also gives a 0.7 chain boost, which is not necessary, but is super helpful if you're doing the aforementioned strategy I described, where you're killing the Luffy first. It actually is very, very helpful. But otherwise, you don't really need it. Like you can see, the only real thing that she's providing here is a despair reduction. You're not actually getting anything extra out of her. Just make sure that the character is completely boosted on a Katakuri team. There's a small pool of units. I didn't actually check what it is, though. On this stage, this is an RNG turn stage, and this is kind of unfortunate, but just how it is. I was doing many zombie teams way back in the day for this forest, and the biggest annoyance for me is that I kept getting Orlumbus on like a 1-turn cooldown, and I kept getting Blue Gilly on a 1-turn cooldown, and like getting those guys on 1-turn cooldowns is kind of annoying. So this is another RNG turn stage, and what you do is you just use a Nami special here to get enough damage to kill everything. The unfortunate part is that my Nami had a badly matching orb, and I have to like figure out a way of getting the orb. So the only way of doing that is using a Katakuri special, but I kind of need that for the final room. So you have choices that you have to make like on your turns here. So you have to figure out if you want to pop the Dice special and the Nami special. You have to figure out which specials you want to pop in sequence. You want to it's right here is the crux, and what you have to do here is you want to hit 2 million damage in the first turn. The reason you want to hit 2 million damage in the first turn is because all the enemies are delay immune, and if you hit 2 million damage, you're able to delay the entire room through immunity. So what I have to do here is I have to hit perfects on the what's his name, the guy that I'm locked onto. Can't remember his name. The purple guy you're locked onto. Then you go on to Blue Gilly, who you try to kill within 2 hits, and then you finally end on the Orlumbus. And the trick here is that if you end on the Orlumbus properly, you're able to do enough damage, and well over 2 million damage, because the Nami color affinity puts you well over the top. But without the color affinity, you'll still do more than enough damage, I believe, if you had like another character you wanted to bring here. Unfortunately, without the Nami, I'm not sure how you're going to do 2 million damage here, but there are other ways. You could probably bring like WCI Pedro here if you wanted to try that, but he wouldn't get a full boost. So it's a little tricky. You have to make your choices here. And you can see I end on the Koala and go right over the Olympus, and bam, I do 2 million with that hit, and I did 4 million damage to the room. So like it's way overkill with the Nami, but you could probably just get away with it with an orb boost. That's what I'm saying. On this next turn here, we're then gonna go ahead and kill everybody in the room that we can, and I'm going to pop one of my Katakuri specials. And the reason I pop a Katakuri special here is because since everybody is delayed, I'm going to get my delayed attack boost and kill everybody I can, and then we're going to kill Cavendish over the course of 2 turns. And the nice thing here is that even though they're only delayed for 1 turn, you're going to get the delayed boost for a while, and you just want to be able to kill everybody as quick as possible. The reason I popped it early and not later on is because I won't be able to get a delayed attack boost later in order to get everything done. So The nice thing is that we're going to just chill out on the Cavendish, and I'm going to take 2 turns to kill him because I really don't want to get him to like below 20% because that's death. So I can take a hit here because of all the other turns. But if you did want to go for him in 1 turn, that's perfectly fine. I don't know if you can kill him in 1 turn, but you might be able to. And the big thing in here is that you want to be able to still take 1 hit on the Law when you go into the final room and have enough HP to do so. With Katakuri's damage reduction, you should have more than enough to take 1 hit. I believe you need at least like 7 or 8,000 damage HP to take that hit. I'll have to check when you get to the final room. But on Isabella, you just start out some extra turns here because of how long his cooldown is, and then you go into the final room. Now on the final room here, the big points that you want to hit on here is that you must kill everybody in the back row by Law's 2nd turn. And the reason here you need to kill everybody by that point is because there is just no way you're gonna get everything done if you don't do that. And luckily we got some matching orbs here. We just want to kill the Beppo on this 1st turn. That's the main thing. Just kill Beppo. Pop one of your Katakuri specials early on to kill the Beppo, and then get your other Katakuri back up, and then you should be fine. Big thing here, I'm not able to bring up any of the other specials. I just still have the Moria special here, and I still have the Dice special. The Dice type boost is really helpful here, but an Orb boost would be just as good. You do not need a Dice here, and this is why I said Dice and Moria are 100% replaceable, because I don't use them until the final room here. And now that I'm using the specials here, I'm thinking about what should I do damage on. I'm like, no, I'm gonna kill Dice. I'm gonna kill Dice without specials. So I kill Dice. Sorry, not Dice. We'll kill John Bart. We'll kill John Bart without specials, and then we'll go on to Law. And the big thing here is you're going to try to do over 2 million damage to Law on the turn where he attacks you, and you should be fine. And now you're not really abusing the delay here, but you could abuse the delay to get the delayed conditional attack boost. But the thing is, you're actually going to do way more than enough damage to kill the Law by just naturally doing damage to him, which is really nice. The type boost that you're getting on Dice is super helpful, so an Orb boost would also be as helpful. So if you did have another Orb booster you want to bring instead, that'd be fine. You have another, you want to bring a colored affinity booster, that would be fine as well. Whatever you want to do here for this, for the damage, you can bring, and that's why Dice and Moria are 100% replaceable. You don't need them at all. Literally the only reason that I brought the brand new Limited Rare Recruit Moria is because I wanted to see what his special animation looks like, and he fits on Katakuri teams. So why not? I mean, that's stupid and a dumb reason to bring a unit, right? That's amazing, right? So here's the special animation. I hope you guys like it, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the video. Well, my name is Sekapoko. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you smack the like button down below, as well as the subscribe button down below, so we get lots of support in the channel, and of course, keep the channel growing. If you guys do want to get notifications on all my videos, make sure you guys hit the bell notification right next to it, so you guys get notifications every time I drop a video. If you want to check out the last couple videos, they're right down at the bottom, and you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace.